The following podcast contains jokes and laughter, but we want to make it clear the humor is never at the expense of the victims or the tragedies discussed. If you enjoy a blend of comedy and true crime, you found your podcast. However, if you're easily offended, this might not be the right fit for you, and that's perfectly okay. Listener discretion is advised. Happy New Year, y'all. Can you believe it? It's 2025 and we are back better than ever with all the shenanigans you have come to expect. So, first things first, a huge thank you to every single one of you who's been rocking with us. You've laughed with us, gasped with us, and stuck around despite Willie's, let's call it creative commentary.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where he get this stuff from. He just ain't got the good sense that God gave him. But anyway, so here's to a brand new year filled with twists, turns, and of course, plenty of laughs. Now, speaking of twists, today is as slippery as a greased up mystery at a backyard barbecue. We're talking about Samira Frasch, a tale of beauty, luxury, and a whole lot of unanswered questions. Was it a tragic accident, a lover's quarrel gone too far, or something even more sinister? Oh, and did I mention this was a swirl case? So you know it's about to get even more complicated. So grab your snacks, your drinks, let's settle in, let's toast to another year of unraveling mysteries together, and let's get into it. I'm your host, Tiffany.
And I am your co-host, Willie. Here we go. All right. Let me clear my throat. This is the very first episode of the year. I'm excited. Just want to throw that out there. So it's February 22nd, 2014. And we are in Tallahassee, Florida in the Golden Oaks neighborhood. If you don't got big money, you can't live in this neighborhood. So me and Tiffany ain't going to be there.
Yet.
Right, yeah.
Mhm.
Jumping right in.
Well, you can definitely get her. No, ma'am. I didn't touch. The only two things I touched over there was the doorbell and that door to that pool area. I didn't touch nothing else.
Who you heard was the maintenance man calling in because he found the woman that he worked for, Samira France, floating in her pool, not moving at all. But instead of pulling her out and attempting CPR, he left her there and called 911 instead. Why, you ask, did he not try to help the woman? He actually had a very good reason. And I can't say that I blame the nigga. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, he said that she was dead, right? So obviously she's not moving. But he didn't want to get his fingerprints anywhere on her because he didn't even want to end up on the suspect list. And that's so sad that we live in a society like that. That rather than that, you looking at that shit like shit. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no involvement with that shit.
I ain't gonna I don't even want my
I
fingerprints on it
yes,
because y'all ain't about to implicate me in something I ain't even did. Look,
exactly. He was
it's
just trying to
unfortunately he like it's too many black innocent men in prison for shit they ain't did. He ain't trying to be the next one.
exactly. This nigga like I'm trying to do my work. That's all I was trying to do. And now you can't blame the man at all. He also
No.
said that Samra couldn't swim and you would never, ever, ever, ever catch her near the pool. His story was checked against surveillance footage and he was ruled out as a suspect. But that's the effective thing is they even had to do that. So thank God he didn't pull the body out. I hate to say it, but I'm just being
Mhm.
real. He did tell police that you never, ever, ever saw her without her kids, right? So she was always with her kids. So when the police arrived, they found a woman floating in the pool in a leopard print robe, who they now know is Samira France. They managed to pull her body out of the water, and upon inspection, they noticed that she is already dead, right? Which the nigga already told him that she was. She isn't breathing, and they also noticed that there has been trauma to her head. However, CPR is attempted for 45 minutes to no avail. That I don't understand. So if you feel there's no goddamn pause, why are you even doing anything?
I guess they wanted to maybe exhaust all, just in case. You never know.
Okay, I got you. I figure that she was in a pool, and I mean you can obviously they probably looked and saw, but you're right. Maybe they gotta do everything they can. So there were also extensive bruising on her face and her head. So maybe she tripped and fallen in the pool. But they're like, nah, dog, no, something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Something ain't right. So they call in a homicide. So they're not looking at this shit like it's accident. So of course, a homicide detectives they come and leading the investigation is Anthony Girbaldi, right? Around the pool, he noticed a water hose, one sandal, and another sandal was in the actual pool itself. There were also a spray bottle cleaner near the pool and some blood on the edge of the pool. Off top, the dude noticed something ain't right, right? The chick get a little stage. He said the original theory that maybe she tripped and drowned. No, that the shit didn't sound right. Didn't sound right. The sandals that were supposed to have been that she was supposed to be wearing, I guess there was a strap that went around the toe and also the ankle strap. I mean, you're a female, so you're familiar with that.
Mhm.
Okay. And I guess, and you can vouch for that, you wouldn't be able to trip and fall out of those type of sandals, right?
No, if there's a strap around your ankle, you ain't going nowhere. You locked in. And on your toe? No.
Unless you
Mm-mm.
except if you get them bitches from Rainbow.
And that's
Yeah,
a whole nother story. Yes, if they're cheap, they are from Shein. Yes,
yeah,
that's
they from Shein, Rainbow, or Temu. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
I don't even buy shoes from any of those places. I
I'm
just
just
don't
throwing out
trust
there
it.
in the case, yes. And also how the one sandal was placed with the hose, it just didn't look coincidental. So it looked like somebody tried to stage the same.
I'm getting up. I learned to stage these scenes now. So Samra Maria, I'm sorry, Mariette. Here I sound like you. Samra
Oh, the first time
Mariette.
of the year. I'm proud of myself because I was struggling. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Samira Mariette Mofazi Frasch was born December 12, 1975 in Madagascar, Africa. Her parents were Zafi and Madiloza Mobazafi. Samara was said to have just been larger than life. She had a huge personality. And as a teen, she won Miss France Elite, which was a beauty pageant. And she started off as a pop singer in Madagascar. And eventually her career landed her in France as a model. So she
And
was
she was
doing it
ugly.
big.
Yeah, but she was ugly. What? I mean, look, I'm sorry. When you think of models, you really do think of like y'all will see the picture. I mean, I'm sorry. It's the truth is she was not attractive to me whatsoever. Know what I'm saying? She was not attractive at all. So I mean, hey, the truth is the truth. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Already starting. Sweet Jesus. So she had also attended the prestigious Université of Paris and spoke 5 different languages. And she was gorgeous. We ain't listening to Willie's ass today.
Okay, look at the picture. Go ahead.
Yeah. And she was also mother to a son, Dylan Diego Ruffin. Now, doing some very light digging, the detectives, they found out that the house really belongs to an Adam Frost. So where the hell is Adam? And the maintenance man said that she had kids. Where are her kids? So now they need to locate Adam and figure out where her kids are. But we're going to go ahead and back up a little bit and give a little bit of insight so this story all comes together as it's meant to. So I'm going to give you the honor, sir.
Yes, let's talk about Adam. Adam Franz for a moment. Remember, he's the owner of the house. Adam Michael Franz was born August 11th, 1967 in Antwerp, Nebraska. He was raised by loving parents in a God-fearing Christian household. From an early age, Adam knew he wanted to be a doctor, so he worked hard. He graduated from Pierce High School in 1985. He also played semi-professional basketball before he went back to college at Desmos at the University of Podiatric Medicine in 1992. He was tall too, so I can see him playing basketball. He completed the residency in Tampa, Florida. Adam's first marriage fell apart shortly after moving to Florida to complete his residency. I hate saying that word, I do. It's unclear whether Adam had children with the first or the second wife, but he had 4 children: Daphne, Addison, Gabriel, and Trista. Adam lived a very, and I repeat, a very extravagant lifestyle. This nigga was doing it big, man. Like this nigga was eating exotic ostrich aged for breakfast and omelets. Like this, he was living a life that we can only imagine that we live. Know what I'm saying? Like this dude was really doing it. He was doing it up. But he was a white man. That's what we get to swirl in. He's a white man. And I just want to mention that so y'all will know. He had a fetish for exotic cars. It was reported that at one time this nigga had over 80 cars.
Where do you even put all those cars?
I have no idea. That's a lot of damn cars, man. The 80 car, because you got to think of the upkeep, the gas, the
The
insurance, and
insurance.
everything. Yes, 80 cars, man. Yes, now I do
See,
got
that's
an
how you know we
uncle.
getting. That's how you know we getting old. We over here like the
Sure,
insurance.
exactly. That's the only thing we thinking about. I got an uncle, man, know what I'm saying, that lived down in LA, Lower Alabama. Um, and the nigga got I think he had like 15, 20 cars, but they all like none of them work, but they just sit in this yard because he won't get the shit towed out. So I can see that, you know what I'm saying? So, but this nigga had 80 cars, that's a lot. They say he had a Maserati, a Ferrari, a Corvette, a Hummer, and a Mercedes. So he
That
kept taxidermized exotic animals, and forgive me, but those are the ones where they stuff them, the
that is
taxidermists.
so weird.
I know, man. I know that shit is weird as hell. I was seriously real talk. The same uncle that live in L.A., Lower Alabama, um, country as hell. You know what I'm saying? This nigga country. This nigga be on the front porch with a fan on. True story. He does that. He had those animals in his house. Like he'll kill like a raccoon and stuff the son of a bitch and put it in like it's a trophy and everything. And you just in a
Ugh.
bedroom looking and it's a damn stuffed raccoon staring at your ass and everything. And he used to have them do poses and everything. You know what I'm saying? And put like a top hat on them.
I got my daddy got this. Oh my god, my daddy got this cat like that.
A cat?
And yes, it's a cat and it has on the suit and a top hat. I'm like, "Daddy, that cat is possessed." And the thing is, my daddy be like, I'm like, "Dad, that cat be watching you when you move." And he's like, "No, it doesn't." And then he'll be like, they got, like dogs have that sense of, they say that dogs can sense stuff.
Yeah,
He said that dog be going off sometime around that cat. I'm like, "You get that damn cat out your house, man. I'm
exactly,
trying to tell
man.
you."
Yeah, I mean, I don't want dead animals. The only dead animals I wanted for like a fur coat, but not like a actual animal. But anyway, did we mention that Adam was a podiatrist? Huge houses, vacation houses, world traveler, exotic cars, clothes, jewelry on the podiatrist salary. Now, I don't know how much they make, but obviously they don't make enough for this nigga to be living like this. 80 cars
A
alone.
foot doctor.
Even if this nigga, even if this nigga had 80 Dodge Neons, that's still 80 insurance itself. That's crazy. So one of his many vacations specifically to Paris for Fashion Week in 2006, Adam met Samira at a nightclub. And the sparks fly. Now at this time, Adam was married, you know what I'm saying? So he was hoeing to his second wife, Tracy Eleanor. But they were separated. So I guess he wasn't hoeing. He was playing the field. So Adam was free to date, if you want to say that. He wanted free to date. She
We
was not
thought he
cute
was
to
free
me.
today.
I'm sorry, she was not cute to me.
Okay, you said that. We're not gonna disrespect the dead today. Okay.
I mean, how's that disrespect? I'm not disrespecting the dead. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not making fun of her. I've just said she wasn't attracted to me. I'll say that she wasn't attracted to me. If beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I'm not about saying nothing funny. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
And since you guys just drug it out of me, I'm just gonna tell you why Tracy was divorcing Adam. It was because he couldn't keep his hands off of her, and not
Damn.
in a good way. He was beating her ass.
Mm,
And he was also a serial cheater.
mm.
And it was said that she and Samira actually got into a fight, and they said that Tracy stabbed Samira, but those claims were like never really validated. But
Damn. Why you stab her? You should stab that nigga.
you just, hey, you know how this goes. They always go after the bitch. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But Samara had a scar on her arm that she kept covered with gold bangles. And you could see, like in pictures, you can see the scar that she tried to attempt to cover, but it's there. So I don't know. But his ex wife, she was white too. So there, that's that. Um, and Adam had been charged twice, once in 2006 and again in 2008 for domestic battery. But he pled no contest to the lesser charge of public affray and disorderly conduct. Basically, he got away with a slap on the wrist. The only thing that happened was he had to pay a $1,000 fine to the Florida Board of Podiatric Medicine because he never responded to their complaint he was sent in relation to his charges. So Adam and Tracy's divorce was finalized in 2009, but his issues with his now ex-wife weren't over just yet, but we'll get to that a little later. And in the final hearing before the divorce was finalized, the judge went clean off on Adam for representing himself for one as his own attorney, and we know how that shit goes. DeMar Rome, and said
Yeah.
that his representation was disastrous, in which he, quote, presented not one document at the final hearing and had no witnesses other than himself. Okay.
Mm.
So the judge also noted that Adam insisted on representing himself because in his last divorce with his first wife, he paid his attorney $30,000 and he still lost.
I don't blame that nigga. Shit. That's what I'm. Man, let me tell you real quick. Just side note. For when I was getting custody of the boys. How much was your girl trying to charge me? Remember you
That
referred
wasn't
me to
much.
her?
That was
I mean,
did you say
I
like
know that.
$330 an hour or something?
Yeah, it was like it's like something crazy, 350 an hour for her to
File
fill the
some
paperwork
papers.
out and do what it got to do to get custody. Man, I did that shit all by my damn self. I paid $250 filing fee. Now, again, I'm not recommending anybody do that, but man, these lawyers be getting over. And if you pay $30,000 in loss, oh hell no.
I mean, yeah.
Know the
I
law,
did my
represent
did my
yourself.
first divorce myself. I ain't gonna hold you. I sure did.
I did all mine. Every last one of them. I got 3 of them bitches.
Not too
That's
late like the
sad.
dad's
I
partner, but
know.
okay. Um, so the judge just wasn't impressed, and he said his testimony accomplished nothing except the loss of his credibility. So after Adam's divorce was final, he wasted no time going to get the woman he really wanted. So Samra and Adam had been dating all the while he was dealing with his divorce. I don't know if Samra just didn't care, that didn't concern her, whatever. But the two ended up going to Vegas and they got married on November 11th of 2009. And Samara had retired from modeling to move to Florida and build a life with Adam. And the life she was living, girl.
Shit, I know.
She had access to everything that Adam had to offer. But we all know that everything that glitters is in gold and it came with the price. So in 2010, Samara, she suffered a miscarriage. And this was not long after she moved to Florida. And they say it was attributed to stress. And why was she stressed? She found out that Adam had a baby with another woman before she moved to the US. So this nigga was all over the place.
But I'm just saying though, man, he got out of the jungles of Madagascar.
First of all, she was not in the jungles of Madagascar. She was
Oh,
she was
she
did you
was
not
a
hear him say he met her at Fashion Week in Paris? She
she
was
was
a
a
singer. She was accomplished. She ain't need his ass.
she wasn't wrestling hyenas and giraffes or nothing. Well, I'm sorry, man, I misunderstood. I thought he was upgrading her. So I'm like, it come with a little upgrade. Upgrades come with cheating. I'm just saying it's gonna be if you get it upgraded to this,
Yeah, no.
it's gonna be some
Yeah,
cheating
no.
involved.
Absolutely
You
not.
gotta accept it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not. No, sir.
Okay, my
Absolutely.
bad.
You already know, sir. Now they done got pissed off last week because you said something about the CNAs. They offended. Now they really about to come for you about that one.
I know
Just
I'm
be
gonna be
ready.
okay. Go ahead. I'll be quiet.
So Samara and Adam, they welcomed their first daughter, Hyra Mashuri, in 2012, and Samara was determined to make her baby girl a child model with an entire brand of her own. So Samira had a cameraman film their day-to-day activities. She dressed Hyra in the best, and would take countless photos. The little girl had a social media page, and Samara was working on a clothing brand for her, and this was all before her first birthday. So for Hyra's first birthday, the nanny said that the party was so ridiculously over the top, you would have thought it was like a party for a sweet 16 and not a 1-year-old. Like she said they had actual, like it was, the theme was like coming to America.
Yeah.
So
She
she
was
had like the elephants and everybody was dressed like royalty. Like, I mean, it really was
Yeah, they
over the
got video of it. It was crazy for a 1-year-old birthday that she's not gonna remember. But hey, if you got it, you got the money to do it. I guess do what you gotta
Meanwhile, I
do.
was over here about to have a damn stroke with that 13-year-old party
I
for my
think
daughter.
yes. We over there worry about that. Yeah, she having fucking live animals and damn exotic, you know what I'm saying, petting zoos for a 1-year-old who can't even walk yet, probably. Um, so anyway, 2013, the couple welcomed a second daughter, Skyna Mandy, and the same cycle repeated. But don't get it twisted. Samara was an amazing mother from what everyone said. She absolutely adored her daughters. If you go back to the help, the one the guy he said it, he said she would never sing without her kids, without her daughters. But I do wonder what happened
Did
to her
you call that
son.
man the help?
Wasn't it a help?
I mean, he was, but you could have just said his title. He was a maintenance man. Y'all
That
got
nigga was that nigga was a help. You heard him on that call. Like, yes, boss. That nigga was the help, man. All right, my bad. Let's give him credit where credit due. He was the maintenance man, aka the help. Nigga, that's just like saying a sanitation engineer. Nigga, you a garbage man. All right, we're not gonna put the colorful euphemisms on it. Yes, he was the help. So anyway, we gotta ask what happened to her son. Cause he ain't mentioned anywhere aside from the obituary. Remember, she had the little boy,
Yeah,
last name
I have
Ruffin.
no idea. Never mentioned him. I have no idea where that young man
I
is.
know that nigga probably sitting there like, God, how these little damn they I was raised in the jungle and they living their best life in a mansion. This some bullshit. I don't get it. Now we know the saying, everything that glitters isn't gold. And even though on the outside looking in, they living. And I mean, seriously, they are living. The big house, the fancy cars, 2 beautiful baby girls, and they can travel the world. What more can anybody ask for, right? But by the beginning of 2014, Adam was living in one of his many homes in Panama City, Florida. Samira had filed for divorce in addition to a restraining order. So shit then must got bad, right? Um, so when she filed the restraining order, it was not just for against her, but also her kids. So old dude couldn't come around her or the kids. Now the question is, where did it all go wrong? According to Samira, Adam was a serial cheater and he partied too much and gambled way too much. But I'm saying, let's be honest, red flag, she saw that shit before.
I was about to say, I ain't trying to tell
Nigga,
you,
she
okay,
was
so you knew he
married.
was
He was,
married.
yeah,
But
that's what I'm saying.
they say the same way you get them is the same way you
Man, you
gonna lose
lose
them.
them, man. What's wrong with you? I was gonna say, but you know what? I'm gonna say it, man, because they told me to home. But what's wrong with these hoes? That be killing me.
She
You
gotta be a
cannot
hoe.
you can't get how are you in like I guess maybe like why would you even create this future, this life with a person, knowing that this is what he do, and then at the end of the day you end up trying to divorce him? Talk about he was a serial cheater, bitch. He cheated with you. He was married. I don't give a fuck if they said they were separated. He cheated with her. She saw the shit. But anyway, he gambled, partied too much. There were many domestic violence reports from Samra against Adam, but don't get it twisted. She wasn't perfect because he filed a few DV complaints against Samra also. So that's another issue that's frustrating. This dude got multiple domestic violence cases against him, and nothing happens to him. Because remember, he had a couple from his
'Cause he got
previous marriage.
money.
I know that's real talk. Money, hey, look, money make, hey, look,
Money talks.
money
And he's
talks.
white. And she's black.
Yeah.
And she's an immigrant.
Yes, yes. And she's not that pretty. So friends say they would threaten to kill each other one minute, and the next day you look up and they were having brunch in Beverly Hills like nothing ever happened. I mean, that's toxic.
It's
Yeah,
very toxic.
and people,
I'm
it's not people in relationships, they literally live like that. Like and they're okay with that. One minute is a F you dirty, but like Cardi B and what's his name?
Offset.
Yeah,
Mhm.
them niggas were just at the New Year's Eve giving each other a toast.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
I had to exit out of that group chat. It was just starting to be too stressful. I'd
Yes.
be like, look, after a while, the first time I felt bad for you, I don't want to hear because you done had two more of that nigga kids after he cheated. I don't really want to hear it no
Man, but
more.
that just goes to show you, you could get she didn't got a new ass, she didn't got a new, titties, she got her cooch, you know what I'm saying, tighten, I guess it's some type of treatment that'll tighten the cooch to make it renew it, all that, and the nigga still cheated on you. And you're rich. And she's not ugly. She's not.
No, she's not. Not at
She's
all.
the only one of
And
the only ones I
if
know.
Beyonce and Janet can get cheated on, the rest of us is just free game. I mean, I don't. It
Yeah,
just kind of
that's
is what it
true.
is.
I mean, real talk,
Like
yeah.
Beyonce got cheated on when she got cheated on. I was like, shit, ain't no hope for the rest of us. That's fixed.
Damn, that's
Really was.
like what there. Well, that was my only hope right there.
It's like, but seriously, it's Beyonce.
I know. I got you,
I
but
mean,
no.
if she can get cheated, Janet, like,
Yeah, this nigga not only cheated, but cheated on her with a stripper too.
right, so I'm like, men
Who fucking
don't care. If
strippers?
they wanna cheat, they're going to cheat, and no, all men do not cheat. But if they wanna cheat, it ain't nothing gonna stop them. They don't care who you are. If they want to cheat, they will cheat. So, I mean, it just is what it is. You just gotta find your nigga that don't cheat.
Hey man, try doing that. Go ahead, your turn.
And that's why I'm single now. So this got old, and Samara had finally just said enough is enough. And like we said before, in September of 13, Samara had filed for divorce. So Adam, he wasn't about to just let Samara go and take what money he had left after one and two came through and took him for half, and the other one took him for half of the half that the other one took him for. He said, He said they was gonna be a family because Ohana means family, and family means no one is left behind, and he wasn't leaving his money behind.
Not at
So
all.
he wasn't. So Samara, she could go, but she was gonna leave what she came with, which was nothing, according to Adam. So he put her ass out, and she took her kids right on with her. And unfortunately, Samara was financially dependent upon Adam, so she had nothing, and she's in a foreign country. So one of Samara's friends said that Adam would threaten Samara, telling her that she was a black immigrant and he was a rich white man, and would taunt her and say, "Who do you think they will believe, you or me?" And he would use it to keep Samara in check, especially when he had an argument.
Mm.
See,
Told you, man. She ain't coming that bitch with nothing. Just because you a model don't mean you making money. Yeah, real.
or she may have spent it on her daughter. You don't know. I mean, you get comfortable and you think you good. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I used to kick it with this one chick, man. She used to model all around Cleveland. Soon as she was done, she go right back to Popeyes, nigga. And
Well, you
and
part of
make
well,
them
you
biscuits.
heard what she said. She's a model around Cleveland, so that
I
was
just,
that.
I mean, but she was a model. All on her statuses just say model. It say
I
model.
can put model on my statuses all day.
It's
I cannot
pictures
be
of her. It's pictures on her on the runway and everything. And yeah, as soon as she had done, know what I'm saying? She was acting as you want a biscuit in the side with that.
sir, just because you say that's what you are does not mean that's what you are. Did you see that man who got arrested at the airport because he want try to check himself in as some luggage? I mean, he identified as luggage. What you gonna do?
No, you're missing the point. The point is, I don't think she was as successful as we were trying to make her to be.
Well, I think you have to be doing something if you're on the Paris
No,
during
she was
Fashion
at
Week.
Paris. So let's clarify. She was there. They didn't say she was on a run. She was there. We ain't gonna argue about this. Let's go ahead. I'm done. Let me stop. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
So at one point, Samara and the girls were essentially homeless. And Samara's divorce attorney, Buddy Whitlock, allowed Samara and the girls to stay in a rental townhouse that he had. So Buddy had to file for a no trespass order against Adam and for their homes and business because Adam, they feared, posed that much of a threat. He said he even started carrying a gun for protection for the first time in his life. And Buddy said, quote, she had nowhere to go and no money at that time. She didn't have anyone to help her.
So look, in the recorded call to Buddy, Adam said, Samra really needs some help. If you really care about these children and were an ethical person, you would understand that she has a chemical imbalance. She is having some problems, postpartum, all that, and that's what's causing the issue. So that was a quote from him.
So you still
If
believe he's not a narcissist?
Oh, what? I
You
mean,
would
but we
still
don't.
believe
No, I mean, look, and again, I'm not one of them assholes. Like, well, you don't. But I'm just saying. I mean, it's a possibility that she got a chemical imbalance and postpartum. I mean, is a possibility. That don't necessarily mean she was. I mean, that could be true. I mean, no justification, but she could have had a chemical imbalance. I know man, there's a lot of
okay, but that don't mean she need to come back to him because she has a chemical imbalance and he putting his hands on her. What you
No,
say?
no, 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 no. No. I said there's no justification. I thought you were trying to say that he was a narcissist because he said she had a chemical imbalance
No,
and
it was
some
just
other problem.
how he phrased it. Like, well, she needs to come back because you're not listening to me. She has a chemical imbalance. That's why she needs to come back. It sounds like very
Yeah, I
narcissistic.
know. I agree. That sound. I was just saying. I thought you were trying to say he was just lying and saying that. No, I agree with you. That
No.
is narcissistic because no, she don't need to come home. She need to go get help. Know what I'm saying? And the help is not coming from him. So it could be resolved and saved his family and marriage and children. That's what he was, telling uh Buddy this. So Adam was in the middle of a divorce with his wife number 3, and she was
No,
still
number
battling.
2.
No, no. Adam was in the middle of a divorce with wife number 3, right? This is his third wife, but he
Oh,
was
I'm
still
sorry.
battling.
Ignore
You
me.
know, you're fine. That's all right. But he was still battling with wife number 2, ex-wife number 2. So just 5
This man
days
got too much
after,
going on.
I know, like, damn, man, how you still in a battle with an ex-wife and you get married again? Like, damn,
And
just
you
don't get married.
already in another divorce? You doing too dang much, sir.
Yes. So Summer, 5 days before she was murdered, she was supposed to be a witness in a hearing between Tracy, which is Adam's ex-wife, and of course Adam for their 2009 divorce. Something to do with the terms of the divorce. Maybe he wasn't, paying what he was supposed to pay. But get this though, Summer was actually testifying for Tracy, not Adam. So she was like, shit. Bros, well, not bros before hoes. What is it? Hoes before bros? Yeah, that's it. So apparently Adam wasn't doing what he was supposed to. Now, I'm not sure if he was in keeping up with the alimony or what the issue was, but in court it was brought up how much money Adam had spent on Samara while still married to Tracy. Adam did admit to gambling throughout trial and that he spent more than 40,000 on Samara and after Tracy had filed for divorce and failed to account for at least $89,000 in cash. So he did end up admitting that he spent the money on his passions, his quote unquote passions, which included traveling, gambling, trips, and collecting cars, motorcycles, more than 50 pair of sunglasses, and the judge ended up fining him $17,000 in civil contempt. It's always the ugly niggas with a lot of money too.
Yeah, he was not an attractive man at
Yeah, it's
all.
always the ugly niggas with a whole bunch of money because you need the money to get the cooch. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
That
I
you
don't see how he was pulling them any other way. Like he just was
money,
not. Yeah, he
money.
was just not a handsome man at all.
And I'm not that's no homo whatsoever. I'm just saying the truth of the matter is, yes, that nigga he was paying niggas like that pay. Yeah, they pay to lay.
Yeah.
I ain't
That's
paying.
it.
Let me be quiet. I'm about to get myself in trouble. Go ahead.
So we said before that there was some domestic issues on both ends. And in response to Samira's divorce petition, Adam had proof that he filed numerous claims against Samira. He said she was violent and abused him. And he said that Samira had hit him in the head with a statue. She scratched his neck. She rammed into his truck with her Hummer and she threatened to kill him. So he wrote a handwritten letter to the judge. And he said, quote, everything is false and perjury and contempt and criminal charges will follow. Okay, sir. There was an arrest of Samir in August of 2013 for domestic battery against her husband, but the charges were dropped. Again, this divorce, Adam had planned on representing himself again,
Damn, they just beating each other ass. Jeez.
clearly. But in December 2013, the judge gave Samara temporary possession of their home and the children, and Samara ended up moving back in. Adam was granted visitation. He was also ordered to pay $3,500 a month in temporary alimony and child support.
And I ain't
Not
trying to be
that
funny with
bad.
with the money he was. I mean, the money he would bring it in and spend it. I mean, that's not shit.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, that's alimony and child support, so that's
Yeah,
not
that's
that
not shit at
big.
all. Yeah, so he getting off. Now that we have gotten that all out the way, because matter of fact, no, I just thought about it because at one time I'm paying $1,400 a month for the 2 kids.
Yeah, but
I
he
just
this is child support and
I know,
alimony
right?
together.
And that was just for child support for me. So yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
thinking, yeah, that was way more than enough. So now we got that out the way. Let's get back to the scene of the crime. First, where is Adam? Now that's the question. Adam was in Panama City, which is about 2 hours away from the couple's home, and he was with the girls. His friend Kendall Lizzie was the one who broke the news to Adam. They say Adam was distraught, but he is able to speak with detectives to give his account of what happened the evening before. According to Adam, he and Summer were in talks of working out on their marriage. He said that he and Summer had spent the evening together. They played with the girls before they went to sleep. And from there, they drank 2 bottles of champagne before they had wild and passionate sex. Right. So he said, look, we are trying to make shit work. So now investigators noticed that Adam has a scratch under his eye. When they asked what happened, Adam said that his daughter must have scratched him. The police weren't buying it at all. They're like, nah, whatever. But you know what? They're going to let it rock for a moment. Adam said he got up early the next morning, took the girls so Samra could get some rest because she was tired. And remember, she drank 2 bottles of wine and he supposedly blew her back out, right? So he was trying to be a nice husband and let her rest. He then took them to Panama City, and that I guess he left the house around 7:50 and made it out the gate around 8 a.m. Now, of course, police checked the surveillance and they did catch Adam leaving through the gate at exactly 7:59 a.m. So, his alibi is kind of checking out right now. When he left the house, Samra was sleeping. He was also asked why Samra would be near the pool. Would she be going for a swim and possibly trip? And Adam was like, nah, shit. That broad couldn't swim. She was black.
I don't fit into that stereotype. I can swim, my nigga.
You light skin. Yeah, you light skin. So let's just go ahead and move on. Let's not do this right now.
Oh my gosh. This is the first episode of the year and you just showing your ass.
Hey, let's get it.
Next, they decide to interview Adam's best friend, Kendall, whom we mentioned before. He was the one who told Adam that Samara had passed. Now, Kendall, he was like us, and he held nothing back when it came to how he felt about Samara. He could not stand her. He said she was a gold digging hoe. And he said the feeling was mutual. Now, when he was asked if he had anything to do with Samara being dead, he told the police, quote, if it had been me, you would have found me at the bottom of the pool, hand still wrapped around her neck. Like,
Damn.
god damn, like
Okay,
he
tell how you
hated her
feel.
ass. Like,
God damn.
I mean, what do you do with that as a detective? Excuse me, sir?
Yeah, this nigga's I would have been at the bottom pool with the arm with my hand still wrapped around her neck. Damn, tell us how you really feel, dog.
Like, I wouldn't even know how to process it. Like, all right, next. Okay, sir. Thank you for your time. So Kendall was ultimately ruled out with phone records showing he was out of town during the time of Samra's death. And when the autopsy came back, the medical examiner classified Samra's death as a homicide officially. She died from blunt force trauma to the head in addition to drowning. So it was believed that she was still alive before she was dumped into the pool, and she drowned due to being incapacitated from the head injury. And there was absolutely no alcohol at all in her system. Remember, Adam said
Oh.
she drank those 2 bottles of wine?
Yeah, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Cap.
Now, what is odd is that the neighbor, Matthew Christensen, he was interviewed and he said that he and his daughter were out walking that morning and they saw Samara in her driveway and she was loading something into the back of one of the cars and then she walked back to the house. And this was around 10:25, between 10:25 and 10:45 in the morning. And he said the only reason that he took notice was because this was the first time he actually saw a person at the house. And he described her as tall, African American, dark hair and thin. He said he would usually only see 8 to 10 cars parked in the driveway, but had never actually seen anybody. But then again, if you've never seen anybody at the house, how can you say for sure that it was her?
Well, I think he probably would just. I don't think he necessarily said it was her. He
He
probably was
did. He
like,
said it
"Hey,"
was her. He said he's
when
like, I saw a lady. I mean, I guess he knew his neighbor's wife was black. I don't know.
I mean, he had to know that. Like, come on. She probably was like the only black person in the neighborhood.
She probably would.
Yes.
So upon some digging, it was revealed about Adam's other baby mama, the one that we spoke about that Adam had gotten pregnant before Samara had moved to the States. So her name was Amari. And when police compare Amari and Samara's photos, they said they could have been twins. They look so much alike. So the police, they go get a location on Amari and they call her up. And of course, she's aware of Samara's death, but like the maintenance man, she didn't want no parts. So she said she stayed out the way. She was raising her baby, and we don't know if it was a boy or a girl. She said that she was at the house that morning picking up money that Adam left for her. Police are like, so why would you be picking up a bag of money from that man's house? And she was like, well, me and Adam don't have much contact. He pays his child support every month. He puts it in a duffel. I pick it up and I go about my business. So Amari said that she picked up the money. She left and headed straight back home. And she had a friend riding with her that day and her alibi was checked. So she was cleared.
Okay, okay. So she had nothing to do with it. So police are doing their 1-2 to get the case solved. It's a lot going on. Samara had hired a private investigator before her death, and he was also interviewed. His name was Bo Webster. He did mention to detectives that Samara expressed to him that she was in fear of her life, and he advised her to get an order of protection against Adam, which was granted already. Then they also find out one of many Adam's side chicks tipped off by the PI. He had photos of Adam with at least 4 different women. They were in Vegas at the Super Bowl dinner and lunch outings, and the list goes on. So this nigga was simping and tripping. Damn. But one of the women stood out. Her name was Erica Tidwell. Now, Erica was a stripper, and Erica knew Adam was married, but she didn't care. Of course, she didn't care. She was married too.
Mm, mm, mm. These
Oh
single married
shit!
people be tripping me out.
Yeah, she a stripper and she married, man. Damn, and how she a stripper and married? Tiffany, we gotta wait till you 40. We gotta get you a man, girl. She a stripper and she married. No, Adam was going real hard with Erica. Maybe he was looking to make her wife number 4. I guess who knows. But anywho, Adam had brought Erica a Land Rover and had her living a luxury suite. So he was spending so much money on. He probably would spend the majority of his money on tricking. Like real
He
talk.
had to be.
He bought her a Land Rover.
Wait, let's back up. Doing all this, when the fuck did you have time to go to work, sir? Aren't you a doctor? When do you have
Damn,
time to
that
see
is true.
patients?
Yeah, nigga, when is you looking at feet? That's all I'm trying to find out. Where, nigga, when did you operating on bunions, ingrown toenails? Know what I'm saying? And
You
whatever
doing
else.
all this like he act like he a trust fund baby. Like, when do you go to work, sir?
Obviously, he
When do
don't.
you have time to squeeze in 8 hours at the office?
He don't, nigga. Look, he doing his job. He's spreading his seed around. He's spreading his seed around America. Before her death, Summer had found out about Erica and this Land Rover in the penthouse. She said, "No, ma'am." She pulled up on Erica, put her out of the nice suite, and made Adam take back the keys to the Land Rover. So it looked
She
like
let the shit get her ass beat. Shit.
shit. You know what? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it looked like Erica may have a motive. She probably pissed like, "Oh, bitch, you fucking up my hustle." Summer took away her meal ticket, so Erica had brought down to the station and interviewed. And she couldn't even give a damn about Adam, his wife, or their damn drama. She said, "Look, it ain't even that serious. I'm married, he's married. He was tricking. I was doing
I
my
was accepting.
I was accepting, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is." When asked where she was February 22nd, 2014, she said, "I was at home." By this time, she was back with her husband. So she got back with her husband.
Guess
At
she
the
was
time,
like, well, that's all. She's like, that well went dry. I guess I go back home
exactly, it went
now.
back to that nigga, yeah. What niggas accepted? Let me quit. At the summer put her out, Her brother had come and picked her up and drove her back home. She lived about 45 minutes to an hour away from Tallahassee. Her alibi was verified and she was on her way. So now they are back to square one.
But detectives, they just could not let go of the feeling that it was Adam. So Adam's DNA was found under Samra's fingernails when the autopsy was done. But if they had sex, nothing out of ordinary, doesn't prove anything. They literally have nothing on him. Or do they? Now, they couldn't arrest Adam for murder, so they did the next best thing. They arrested him for kidnapping. So remember when Samara was found, she had full legal custody of the girls. So since Adam took them, he was in violation of his supervised visit. So they locked his ass right on up, and that was literally the same day that Samara's body was found. So now you found out your wife dead, now your ass in jail. And they done took your kids.
Right. Yeah.
That's a lot. So the detectives can now continue their investigation in peace without the threat of him fleeing, because he got money all day. That man was about to be gone. And actually, I read somewhere that he had a boat, and when he was found, he had his passport, his one daughter's passport, and he had a boat, and he was trying to leave, but apparently the boat needed some maintenance, and the dude wasn't done working on it. So apparently he was gonna try and flee. I don't know, but I
Oh,
read that
okay.
I only saw that in one place. I'm not exactly sure how accurate that is, but that was just
Yeah.
something I read. But Adam did sit in jail for a good minute. It was a few months. And while he was in jail, he made a friend. I guess he got lonely, or maybe his conscience got to him. I don't know. But during this time, more information about Samara and Adam's marriage started pouring out. So weeks before Samara was murdered, she had told her best friend that she was scared Adam was going to kill her. And her best friend did say that not long before Samara was murdered, she was over at the house that Samara had one custody of, and Adam was banging on the door like a crazy person. And Samara told him to leave because she didn't want him there. And Adam was just belligerent. He was screaming and hollering so much, she was damn scared.
Mm. So there was also an incident where Adam had almost run Samara off the road in his car, and he was obsessively calling and texting her daily. It also came out that 3 of Adam's girlfriends all lived in the same area, and they all had striker resemblance to Samara.
So
Remember the
obviously he
neighbors?
got a type.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, skinny, ugly girls. So remember the neighbor said he saw a woman the day of the murder that he thought was Samara. Was it really, or was it Adam baby mama or one of his little side
Or
chicks?
one of his other women's.
Yeah, because they all look alike. So after Adam's stint for violating the child custody agreement was over, he was a free man. That's October 2014. So for the moment, we mentioned that he made a friend while in jail, and he and his friend talked a lot. They talked so much that Adam let slip what really happened to Simon. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, why
Y'all
are
getting
you? I
that's first
mean,
of all, just be quiet.
yes. I mean, I look. I had to do my 3 days in the joint. I ain't about to be telling all my business. Like, damn. Like you. I mean, but you telling all of it. So, but look. We're gonna hold off on exactly what happened for that moment. So I'm not about to go into it. We're gonna hold off on it, right? But what I would tell you is this: that friend, he was clearly in jail on pending charges. And of course, who wants to sit in jail if you possibly have some information that can help you get out of your sentence or get it reduced, right? So the friend gave a tip that led detectives back to the home Sammer lived in, specifically to a closet where some of Adam's golf clubs were. One of the golf clubs were sent to the lab for testing, and it came back with her DNA on it. Now, what would her DNA be doing on a golf club? And why the fud sickles are you having conversations with somebody telling them the specifics of your crime?
That's a good question because I ain't telling nobody shit.
Yes. I mean, to the point you yeah.
But the nigga done went straight and snitched on your ass like you don't think people don't think. That's part of the problem. People don't think.
Nope.
So after being released from jail, Adam wrote an Oprah letter to quote the people of Tallahassee, and it was given exclusively to the Tallahassee newspaper. And just a snippet of what was written said, quote, this pretext incarceration was used by the state attorney to keep me in jail while his henchmen try to build a case of murder against me for the death of my wife. Frasch wrote in the letter. I did not murder the mother of my 2 babies. Mm-hmm. So part of the reason he was in jail for so long was uh, Adam apparently had bipolar disorder and he was not fit to stand trial. And after taking court order medications, he was deemed mentally fit on October 17th. And just when he thought he was in the clear, they rearrested his ass.
Mm.
So the actual day that Adam was arrested again officially for the murder wasn't clear, but once he was arrested again, he didn't stay in jail long at all. He was officially indicted on first degree charges, and on October 20th, so it's only like 3 days, so I don't it was clearly within those 3 days, he was able to post a $250,000 bail after he agreed to sign a deal with the prosecution, which spared him from being eligible for the death penalty if convicted, in exchange for being tried by a jury of 6 rather than 12.
That's
I had
my
never heard of that.
no, but no, when you got money, you can do shit like that. Like that's we really live in the country where they really say that you're innocent to proven guilty. When in reality, that's not the. If you got money, you could be innocent even if you're guilty. Like look at this. He set it up where not only that he got this is first degree murder, and he out on a $250,000 bail. $250,000. Fucking Puffy then tickled a couple fancies with fucking baby oil, you know what I'm saying? And flew in a couple, you know what I'm saying, females from other states in to sleep with male prostitutes for whatever reason, I don't know. This nigga tried to do a how much? Like a
$50
50
million, and they
fifty
told his
million.
ass
That
no.
nigga, he couldn't even get that shit. They gave this nigga 250 for first degree murder.
Right. And even his attorney was like, in my 40 plus years of practicing law, I ain't never had nobody on a first degree murder charge get bail or even ask for bail.
On
Cause
a
it's
first
crazy.
degree murder charge. And not only did you get it, it was only $250,000. Like,
Like
that
if
shit
you think
is
about 10% of that, that ain't no money.
yeah, that's
He yeah, like
$25,000.
he went and grabbed that. Hey, bring that around, because they said he was known for keeping large amounts of cash on him all the time, so he probably had that just sitting.
Damn. But look, what was also crazy was Samra had a $1 million life insurance policy, and Adam was allowed to use it to pay for his defense. Can you believe that shit? That's a smack in the face. A judge allowed Adam to allocate $200,000 of the $1 million for his defense, $25,000 for civil litigation services to the law firm of Friedman, Frank, and Abraham, for the representations in the wrongful death settlement filed by Samra's estate in May of 2014, and then the two children were to divide $500,000. Right.
That is wild to me, because any
But
other time,
that's only 700,000 that's only $725,000. Where the rest of the money at?
I don't know, they didn't say where the rest of the money went, but that's still crazy to me, because now any other time if you're found to even be involved, they're not giving you that money. So how the hell did a judge
Yes,
step in and allow him to use her
it's
to
money.
pay for his? That's wild to
It
me.
is. So the chief assistant state attorney, Georgia Chamberlain, said that she was surprised that Adam was even out of jail. She noted that people accused of murder don't typically seek bond, and she doesn't think he should have been granted bail. She said, I think he's dangerous.
I'm
That's
with her.
crazy.
Shit.
Yes, and but not to mention the nigga's bipolar.
That part
Yes.
too.
Yeah, so Adam went to trial January 20th, 2017. Adam trial lasted 4 days. During the trial, Adam did not testify on his own behalf. However, the ADA and the defense pulled out all the stops. The neighbor was called to testify for the defense, the one who claimed he saw her, Samra, between 10:25 and 10:45 a.m. They also brought their own medical examiner who testified. His name was Dr. Jonathan Arden. He believed that Samra drowned and didn't die from head injuries. Of course, I'm paying you to say what the fuck I want you to say.
Hmm.
He believed she was dead an hour or so before she even hit the pool. He thinks she died around 8 a.m. He said that the lack of rigor mortis and the lack of settling of the blood and lack of wrinkling in her fingers led him to believe the conclusion of her time of death. So wait, is he saying
So he thinks she died around 8, but that doesn't make sense, because if Adam left the house at 7:50, I think he was trying to pin it on the maintenance man still, which they had already
I
ruled
know
him
that
out
nigga
in
like,
10
God
minutes.
damn, man, I just came over to help out with the goddamn yard.
Yeah, because I'm just saying, like, what if he said if she died after 8 a.m., they're saying that either, it had to have been what, the maintenance man or somebody else had to come in after
Okay,
that
I see what they try to do after, yeah, because he left at 8 a.m. Okay,
8
I
a.m.
got you.
Yeah.
So again, he paying them to say what he wanted them to say. All right.
Yeah, because he got a nice little chunk of money to do what he needs to do. But the prosecution was like, Hold on just 1 minute before y'all run with this. Let us cross-examine this witness. And upon cross-examination, Dr. Arden admitted that cold weather or environments, in this specific example, the pool, was slowed down on the process of rigor mortis. Because remember, it's February in Florida, so they said it was like in the 50s. And the prosecution pointed out that the first responders' attempts to revive Samra could also have disturbed the process further. And also, the doctor had no way of knowing if Samra's body temperature was 80 degrees or 50 degrees when she was found because thermometers don't read below 80 degrees. Plus, the doctor hadn't even seen photos of Samra's body on the scene, which the prosecution said may have been a better indication of the condition of her body. So, nigga, wasn't even there. Like, sir, they shouldn't even call that man. They just shouldn't even call that man. So another blow that the prosecution threw at the defense that tore them up was the morning after Adam had been notified of Samra's death. Adam was blowing up her phone, leaving her voicemails, begging him to call him back. So of course, detectives had searched Adam's car the day he was arrested. And guess what they found in his car?
I don't know, another black model? They found Samra's cell phone. I'm so ignorant. They found her cell phone, and the prosecution wasn't done yet. They said, "Ah, there's more." They still had to start the show, and that was, remember, Adam's cellmate, Dale Fossum. And Dale didn't hold back at all. This nigga was trying to get free, so he was trying to give all the tea, all the hold on. Hold on. He was trying to give all the tea. And he got right into it. He was asked to recount what Adam told him. Dale said she started a fight with him that night, kicked him in the back when he was in bed because of something she found on the laptop that morning, and he defended himself pretty much. They were fighting, he hit her in the head, she fell and hit her head, and with the club, remember the club that they found? He then tried to make it look like a murder, I guess by somebody else. So that dumbass dude, maybe because he was off his medication, remember he bipolar, really sat up there and told this man that he just met that's in jail everything that he did.
Mhm. So the prosecution asked what happened after he hit her in the head with the golf club.
So this what Dale said. Now this is what he's saying. It's not me. This is his exact words, right? This is what he quoted. She fell, and he said he checked on her a little while later and realized what had happened and said he didn't mean to kill her. It just happened and said he got scared and ran. So drove her in the pool and ran. He said Adam then asked him to go get rid of that club. So I guess that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to see
But
if
the thing is,
he
so
get
how long
jail.
did you leave her sitting there before you checked on her?
No, that nigga just threw her. He probably hit her in the head. She was dead, and he threw her in the pool and ran.
But I'm just saying, he said, I left her there for a little while, and then I came to check on her, and I figured, oh, she's dead. I'll throw her in the pool. What? How long was she out for?
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Anyway, the defense said Dale just told the story so he could get out of jail and pointed out that Dale was God damn, a 40-time convicted felon. I'm sorry. A 40-time convicted felon and a long drug addict. I mean, look, do I believe he's telling the truth? Yes, right?
Yeah, because he has two. I mean, he was the one who led them to the golf club.
But it's a bad look, my nigga, when you are a 40-time convicted felon and you are a lifelong drug addict. Like I know that the defense they could eat that shit up. They can tear that shit
But
apart.
the,
You know
but
what I'm
the,
saying?
no, they can't because he still gave them the prime evidence. Like he was their star witness. He gave them the evidence and he literally told them stuff that wasn't even like public knowledge. And how would you know that unless the person who did it told you?
I said you get a good defense lawyer, he can. But I
Well,
agree.
I
I
be
agree.
thinking he just spent $200,000. You better have a goddamn good defense attorney.
Obviously he didn't. That clarify that, know what I'm saying? Yeah, he definitely did it. I wonder what happened with the 300, I mean the $275,000.
Yeah, they didn't say where that money went. I
All
don't know. So the
right.
prosecution's medical examiner also testified and spoke on what was found on the golf club. Now there was no actual blood found, but there was DNA evidence that belonged to Samra. So technically, it was unclear if the golf club was used to hit Samra. But at this point, Clyde had asked the judge to throw out the murder charges, stating that the evidence was purely circumstantial and testimony from Adam's cellmate was questionable. He said the charges were manslaughter at best if they believed the inmate's story. Judge wasn't trying to hear none of that shit. And he sent the case over to the jury for deliberation. It took the jury all of 90 minutes to deliberate and come back with a guilty verdict for first-degree murder.
No, why did it take them 90 minutes?
Because they had to go order lunch. Figure out what they
Okay, no,
want to do.
I figured that. I got you.
And the judge wasn't even about to play around with Adam. He wasn't waiting. He was going to sentence him right then and there. And he was immediately sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
And that's what you get. So in September 2019, Adam filed an appeal, which is, I mean, we saw that coming, stating that this trial started without conducting an evidentiary hearing. So I guess the evidence they were supposed to present to, I guess the prosecutors and defense supposed to see the evidence, and that was never done. Allowing the state to introduce hearsay evidence to deny Adams' motion to withdraw a formally exercised pre-inventory challenge. Sorry about that. The judge wasn't trying to hear none of that shit and upheld Adams' sentence. Adam is now facing 57. Adam is now 57 and serving his sentence in a mixed security facility, the Century Correctional Facility in Cabana County, Florida. I don't know what the county is, but it's in Florida, so he hot as fuck in there. And lastly, before Adam was indicted on first-degree murder charges, he was under investigation for, guess what? Medicare fraud, right? And this was, FBI was investigating him. They say this nigga was charging every single patient that came through with Medicare or Medicaid as if they had been seen every single day. That's 365 days a year. That's how that nigga was getting all that money when all he was supposed to do was checking for ingrown toenails, bunions, and removing the corns off my big ass toe. And now, and that is how he lived that luxurious lifestyle.
So the girls, Hyra and Skyna, are being raised by Adam's brother and have since Adam's been arrested. Samira's family in Madagascar are still fighting for visitation rights.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
It's messed up. They only got $25,000 though.
What are you talking about? They got $500,000.
No, the parents got $25,000 in a wrongful death in a civil suit.
Yes. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the girls. Yes.
Yeah, the girl got $500,000, but they got all type of stipulations because them goddamn, them Madagascars, you know what I'm saying? They spent out. They had the lavish hut in the jungle, you know what I'm saying? So they probably got it set up where like they can't get it to after like they're 18 or something like that. What's it, like a trust fund or something like that?
Well, the kids are with Adam's brother. They're not in Madagascar. They're with.
Oh
Adam.
yeah, that's right. Damn, you did just say that shit. Know what I'm saying, man? Yeah, man.
Let them. Willie not paying no attention.
Yeah, right. Let them Africans see they goddamn kids, they grandkids. They probably just owned her too, though, because she was fucking around with the white dude too. They were like, man, you know what?
First
Okay,
of all,
I'm done. I'm sorry.
You not to make it to where we can't go. I would like to go to Africa one day, and I don't need to get banned because your ignorant ass. So okay, note to self: you can't go on that trip.
That was, jeez. Well, anyway, I know that I'm very I'm very disappointed in myself with that one. I don't know what even came over me, man. That was
you
wrong.
Can't go on that trip. You get to stay home for that one.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was it. That was our story of Samira and her abusive husband. What?
Her white man?
Her white man?
Yeah, it's the story of Samira and her white man.
Her what?
White. You
I didn't hear that. I thought it said white man. I thought it said white. I'm like, what the hell? And her white man Adam, know what I'm saying? Rest her sweet potato sauce, know what I'm saying? Rest her sweet potato sauce. All right. So now it's time for our segment.
Love, Lies, and Alibis.
Okay. It's the first segment of Love, Lies, and Alibis of 2025. What do we have?
Well, what we have right now is I am still very disgusted with what you just said about that. That just really like rubbed me wrong.
What the
Yes, and then you gonna do it again. You are so fucking aggravated, man. Yeah, I'm very disappointed with that one. Very
oh
disappointed.
shit. I'm sorry.
So
I'm sorry.
on today's episode of Love, Lies, and Alibis, we're going to talk about we were supposed to talk about the child support stigmas in the Black community. But
Hmm.
I don't know, that's not sitting right in my spirit right now. So what I want to talk about is let's talk about these interracial relationships, and we're talking about especially when you talk about I want to talk about interracial relationships and
And the fucked up kids that y'all create from having these relationships.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. That was not where I was going with that.
Oh, okay, my bad. Go ahead.
And when especially when you bring immigration into it. So just like how it was kind of like bothering me how he was threatening her like I'm a rich white man, you're basically a poor, basically he said was you're a poor black bitch and you ain't supposed to be here, so they're gonna believe me over you.
Was he lying?
No, he was absolutely telling the truth.
No, I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, I mean it's messed up. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah,
it's just messed up, but this is my thing, and I have this thing where you know what, as I don't date anymore, but when I always had this, and I know it's very, to a certain extent, it's very small minded, but it's something that I really can't get past. Maybe one day, but I'm not mature enough right now. I feel like when you have a white man and a black woman, I really feel like it's a fetish for them. Like, and I don't know, I know it dates all the way back to slavery with how they used to rape us, but they like they would make babies with us, but then we weren't good enough to do anything. Well, you know what I'm saying? We were like we didn't have a choice, and I don't like it. And it's to me even like this day and age. And I know there's white men who will only date black women, and I know black women who will only date white men.
you do who? What black? I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. It is. No, it is. You're right. No, it is because I know one. She yes, one of my Facebook friends. Yeah, she don't. And let me clarify. And I can't believe I'm saying this right. Look, we ain't got no problem with interracial dating. I want to make that clear. There's nothing
Yeah,
wrong
I
with
don't get that
interracial.
ain't none of my business.
If you want to date, if a black man want to date a white woman and y'all, know what I'm saying, have a sex and end up having a fucked up ass little kid that come out and be a danger to society, that's on you. Know what I'm saying? We don't have a problem with that. Okay, I just
Nigga,
wanted to
I
make
was
sure.
assuming you didn't. You got a mixed kid. I don't know.
And I'm trying to warn these people. Yes, I have missed kids. Yes, and they're fucked up, like emotionally and mentally. Yes, I keep telling y'all, like for real. Just if you gonna date somebody, don't necessarily have kids with them. Just you know what I'm saying. Don't. It's
Well,
yes.
I don't feel like that. But anyway, and another thing is like, okay, so my dad, he
He had a kid with a white woman, and that little nigga fucked up.
oh yeah, I forgot. I wasn't even about to talk about him in that and my little brother, but yeah, he really is. Mhm.
Yes, I'm telling
Well,
you.
I was gonna talk about how the immigration portion. So
Oh, that's right. Go ahead. My
yeah,
bad.
so my daddy, he married a Chinese lady, and Hannah is the sweetest person I've ever met in my life. So sweet. I don't know how my daddy got her. So basically, well, okay, yes, I do. She was my daddy the mail order bride, and his reasoning was because black women talk too much shit.
And no offense, he don't- she don't speak English, so she,
Yes,
like
and she has
she
been
can't.
here for
He
12
living his
years
best
and she
life.
still does not speak English. But I feel like it's to a certain extent, I feel like it is a power shift. Like me and my aunt will be talking and I'm like, man, like my daddy is the most love my daddy to death. But first of all, like I could never like my daddy is very controlling and he really did need somebody that he could kind of control because I didn't know so my aunt told me, but she doesn't even have access to her passport.
Oh
And I was like,
man.
"What the hell you mean she don't have access to her passport?" He's just like, he keeps her passport locked up. And remember, right before COVID hit, when they had went over there, like her son and his wife are here illegally, but they had a daughter, so her daughter's a citizen.
Hey, Trump in office now. Them niggas got one more day. Ain't tomorrow the 6th? No, with the 6th, and
No,
them niggas
no,
gone.
yeah, I said something about that. Like, are they gonna get their stuff together? But anyway, so their daughter's a citizen. So anyway, my dad and my stepmom they went over to China. This was the end of 2019. And they took the granddaughter over to see her grandparents because her parents can't come here because the government knows that those two are here illegally. I don't know exactly how that works. Don't ask me. But anyway, they went. Hannah went back at the beginning. She went back the end of January of 2020. And my dad didn't want to go because my daddy don't want to do nothing. He don't want to go nowhere. He don't want to do nothing. And I think Hannah be bored as hell because he does not like my daddy don't want to do nothing. Like I'm like, Dad, let's go out and get dinner. Oh, that's just too like he done got old and mean. But anyway, she went to China and literally she went to Wuhan where COVID originated and she was there. She got stuck because they went on shutdown like a week after she
I
got
thought you about
there.
to tell me she brought that shit over. Like I knew it.
No, she got stuck in Wuhan like that very next week that she went. Wuhan shut down. She was stuck for like 8 months with that family because she didn't even know them people. And she was
Oh,
stuck over there for like 9 months. But it was like how my dad was reacting, like all like he was just going off. Like, I told her not to go. She don't listen. Like he treats her like a child. And I feel like when you bring somebody over from somewhere else, they are put in such a position of like she be like, what could Samara do? Like she really couldn't leave because she didn't have any money. Who knows if he
mm.
did have her passport locked up? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like it's just a lot that comes with that. But yeah, I'm not big. I mean, like now me, I care less who you date. That ain't none of my business. I don't give a damn what go on anybody's relationship because shit, I don't have one. I don't talk about nobody else. As long as he ain't beating your ass or putting your life in danger, I could give two shits about what anybody do in their relationship. If it makes you happy, I'm happy for you. Love don't have a color. In my mind, it does for me personally. But I mean, it is what it is.
No, I get it, man. Oh look, I know I'll be joking. Look, interracial dating, that's what they do. But I feel you, the whole immigrant thing. A lot of people do that because I guess they got the dudes they call them passport bros or something like that. And they be going like to Brazil and everything like that, getting these women and bringing them back or whatever the case. And it's a control thing. That's all it is. You're taking somebody out of an environment and somewhere where they know and bringing them somewhere where they have no family or nothing. And it's just control. That's all it is. Know what I'm saying? It's control. But yeah, and then the beauty of it is, with your father, know what I'm saying? Like shit, he ain't got she can't talk back because he don't know what the fuck she's saying.
It's not that she don't know what he's saying, but you can feel somebody's like anger because I'll be on the phone and I'll hear him and she'll be like, "Ow, ow, Walmart." He'll be like, "No, Hannah, I'm not going today." And I'm like, she doesn't know she can't drive. He will not like. He told her flat out he was not buying her a car. Um,
Damn, man, we got man, your father a trip, man. What the hell? I gotta talk to
yeah,
this
like
brother, man.
he won't teach her how to drive, and I'm like, damn. Like I was like, I know she has to be bored as hell just sitting up in the house with my damn dad because he don't want to do nothing. And I'm like, you are at a time in your life, I'm like all your kids, your last one finally grown. My daddy is 70, except no, he'll be 80 this year with a 21-year-old. I'm like, your kids is finally grown. This should be the time in your life where you just you get to do whatever. And my daddy chooses to do nothing. He chooses to work and
Mm.
come home. And he tells me anytime I go to travel, you don't need to try. And he's a conspiracy theorist. Oh my sweet Jesus.
They probably got a lot of things going on, man. But yeah, that's it. Yes. This story just really pretty much sums it up. I mean, he took her from where she was, brought her here. She became so
Yeah,
dependent on him
fucked
to the
her
point.
over.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a sad situation. So all right. So what else? Okay, what else we got? This is first of the year. Yes, the first of the year. So we got a lot of stuff coming up. We're not about to discuss it. Y'all need to listen to the last episode that we did. Um, we gave shout outs and everything and whatnot. So go ahead, finish us up, girl.
Okay, so we're gonna go over this again in 2025. So, our girl, Khadijah, make sure you guys are sharing her story. If you agree with her, her GoFundMe is still up. We're still actively working with that. Like that's one of our goals is to 20 or for 2025 is to actually go and visit her. Um, and we're still gonna advocate for Khadijah always, 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 always. You got anything you want to put in on that?
Oh no, this I mean we really are gonna start doing a lot more for this year. We're gonna get another interview with her, a live interview with her. or whatnot. So, just again, that's we're gonna make things happen. I really believe 2025 is gonna be the year of change. I really look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? 2024 was a year of revealing, I look at this as a year of change. So I think that, what I'm saying, some positives or things are gonna come through that's gonna be able to assist her in what she's going through.
Yes, absolutely. So just make sure that you are sharing the podcast with your friends and family if you're enjoying us. Um, we are on all social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Melanin Mysteries Podcast. And also, like we told you before on last week's episode, we are wanting to highlight Black businesses. So if you would like to um, share your Black business, your Black owned business, please send us an email. Our email address is podcast@melaninmysteries.com. And likely I will get back to you because somebody refuses to log into anything else.
Hey,
Um,
I reply to DMs and stuff.
when you feel like it. And also make sure that you leave us a review wherever you get your wherever you listen to us at. I found out you can't leave a review on Amazon Music. I was like, I think that's so weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, make sure you leave us a review. A 5-star we would appreciate it. And if you don't like us, you already know. Shoot, send us an email, send us a DM. Like y'all been doing. We appreciate it. Um, and that's really all I got.
All
Anything else
right.
before we go?
No, that's it. I'm good. Go ahead and take us home.
All right. So just remember that love should never come with a life sentence, and make sure you choose freedom and not felonies.
Yeah, because we will be covering your case. So we out.